Welcome back to the 4WD's podcast, powered by Tyrepower, music by the Southern River Band with Let It Ride, bringing us in once again. The 4WD's podcast on Instagram, all episodes over on the 4WD's podcast. New channel there, we're still on Backchat, but the 4WD's podcast is where you'll find us on YouTube. Get over there, subscribe, that's where you'll find us weekly. Patreon, thank you for your support. The 4WD's podcast, patreon.com/the 4WD's podcast. That's where you get in there if you want to get involved. A little bit extra stuff on that channel. And merch, voice messages, and the ultimate 4WD at the 4WD podcast.com.au. Exciting time for the podcast. We've got another guest in today, another teammate of mine, another avid camping, 4WD fishing, just absolute animal. A prized recruit for the mighty Eagles last season. We've got Allan joining us. How are you, mate?
Good, Duggo. How are you, mate?
Is that a good enough intro for you?
It was, yeah.
That's all right.
Yep, I'm happy
now,
with that.
Bo, just B-O.
Just that, yeah.
Just that. It's
Yeah.
pretty plain and simple, isn't it?
Yeah, don't know what the parents were thinking, but probably not much.
What do I call you Bo?
Yeah.
Because I feel like that's how it's
Basically.
spelled a little bit, but
Yeah.
Bo probably works too. Mate, how you going? What's happening?
No, I'm good, mate. No, I'm excited to be here.
Yeah.
Just chilling, really.
We chatted to Jamo a couple of episodes ago, and he was a little bit less keen to come on this podcast than you were. You were much more like, when I asked you the first time, you're like, yeah, mate, love to. That'd be awesome. And I was like, oh, great. Bo's pumped. Bo's pumped to come on.
Yeah.
And then Jamo would not reply to my text messages about it, and only decided the day before we interviewed Jamo that he was actually coming on. So I appreciate your eagerness to be on, mate.
No, all good.
Because you've got a good story to tell with not only the car that you drive, but obviously you're a gun footballer, and that's worked out for you. You're on the list now and about to take my position in the team. But you do have a keen interest, not only in forward driving and camping and all that sort of thing, and being out and about, but you've got a keen interest in actually what happens under the hood as well. So we're going to touch on that a little bit soon. But to get started, I want you to give everyone... Well, first, we'll go to your car. So explain to us the vehicle, and we'll park it for a second after it, because we've got some photos to go through for you to explain to me, because I'm not actually going to understand what you're telling me. But tell us what car you're driving, because I reckon it's my favourite car at the footy club.
Yeah, it's not a bad one. It's a 1992 80 series. Got the 1H DT in it, so the factory turbo. It's chopped, dual cab.
Yeah.
So I think that's the
eye
prize.
catcher, I reckon,
Yeah. But yeah, it's a bit about it.
Yeah.
And spent a year or two with Dad doing it up. So.
Yeah. So we'll see those photos soon, and then obviously, mate, to be like, so how old are you?
19.
You're 19. You're driving a car from, what'd you say, 89?
92.
92. Sorry. You're driving an old car. So there's a passion obviously behind that, but growing up, so you grew up in Mandurah.
Yep.
For most of your life?
Yeah, all my life.
And have you always been around cars, diesels? I know your old man's into trucks. Like, has that always been part of your growing up?
Yeah, obviously, lived on a bit of acreage, bit out of Mandurah.
Yep.
Like you said, Dad's a truckie, so he's a mechanic by trade, and sort of just grew up around motorbikes, cars and trucks. So yeah, just went from a little kid, was always in the sandpit on a digger or whatever it is, and just sparked interest from there, I reckon.
Yeah. And was that the same? So was your old man family, were they into a bit of camping, a bit of four-wheel drive and that sort of thing, or is that naturally sort of grown to be your thing?
Dad, when he was a little bloke, I think grew up on a farm.
Yep.
So, I reckon it's just carried through. And then, obviously, him being in the shed all the time, and it's sort of just carried through to me, and that's what I like doing as well. So
you just shadowed the old man, and that's how you sort of got a passion for it.
Yep.
So that's I mean, it's cool, because I've even just chatting about your car out there before, like, you we've chatted on this podcast. So when we started it up, Ronnie, who's the co-host, we don't see him that much anymore, but he still does work here. He's the expert, right? So and I was just the fella that came on and asked the questions and tried to learn a little bit. But I genuinely got a little bit worried out there when you started talking to me about some of the shit on your car, and I was like, oh mate, I'm not even going to be able to keep up with you. But we will get into it. Fishing is another passion. We see some photos of the boat hooked up soon.
Yeah.
Where did that come from? Just growing up in Mandurah next to the sea, or is that sort of an old man mates?
I reckon, yeah, it's sort of been close. The Mandurah on the coast there.
Yeah.
Probably only started fishing for 5 years now. Later on,
okay.
when it started like teenager with me mates and that.
Yep.
On the mopeds, I'd get around and get to mate's house and go out on dinghies and that sort of thing.
Yep.
So, Yeah, obviously Dad, we got the big boat that I see hooked up in one of the photos there. Go out, Dad goes to Coral Bay sometimes as well. So yeah, it's just something I like doing, get out in the water. Used to go for a dive a bit, but I'm too scared of sharks and that now.
Right. So. We chatted to Jamo about that actually, because I was like, where does that? I said the same
I don't
thing,
get out the boat anymore.
No. You don't get out?
No. So if my mates go diving, I'll just be the boatie.
You just cook it. Yeah. No, that's awesome. So the family was that like, did you go on trips with the family when you were younger? Was that part of you growing up as well, or not so much?
Oh, Mum and Dad were always working pretty full time, but when we did go on trips, we'd always bring a rod with us. But the Coral Bay yearly trip, that started probably that 6 years ago now, and that was just an annual thing, and probably missed out the last couple of years with footy. But it's great.
What time of year is that?
It's coming up. It's coming up July.
Oh, okay.
I reckon.
Is it going to work out with our little break?
I don't think so, but we'll see how we go.
Yeah, that'd be nice if it did. I might come along actually. We might get into the car because I don't really want to wait around too long. I'm excited to show people this. I reckon it's an absolute animal, and I'm pretty jealous of the car you've got. If Jaden can bring them up shortly, we can explain a little bit. So you bought this thing pretty well stock. It was chopped already though.
It was, yeah.
So tell us about buying it. Why did you even want to buy a 9280 series?
Yeah, so a little backstory. There he is on the screen there. So
that's how you bought it?
That's exactly how we bought it. There was a 500 litre fuel tank on the back for the loaders and stuff. But
right.
Dad brought it off Dad's mate, Dad's workmate. So it was just used as a pure work car. It always had a trailer on it. Was always towing a little mini digger, excavator, whatever you want to call them things. It was always down near the pit, obviously earth moving, that sort of thing. We I don't know, Mum's car, or Mum and Dad's car, the 200 series, went in for a service one day, and we couldn't tow the boat to go do the craze in the morning.
Right.
So called up the previous owner of the car, and sure enough, we had that tow on the boat for a couple weeks there, and just I fell in love with this car in particular. And then when I heard it was going to go to the scrappies, I was quick to get my hands on it.
Yeah, right. Yeah, oh, so it was on its way out, and
it was. Yeah, there's 650,000 on the body there, and
is there really?
He was done with it. So
wow.
It wasn't going to go to anyone. It was just probably going to get parted.
Yeah, right. Yeah. There you go. So that, because that's got the learner plates on it there. That's obviously you steering it as it is there.
Yeah. The Arvo, we brought it. Yeah.
Oh right. Oh, so that's the day you got it.
Yeah.
Oh, so that's
got it home, and then drove it to the pit and had to get something out of the loader. But yeah.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. There you go. And then if we move on, Jaden will bring it up. But basically, this car went from the state it's in now, and there's another photo of it as it is, to what we're about to see is basically just a shell. So you stripped everything back on this. Is it the original engine still?
Original engine, rebuilt. Yeah.
Oh, rebuilt. Okay.
So I took that out. And,
so explain what you've done here and who's done this.
So we did all the stripping. Obviously, Dad and I in the shed. All the stripping, seats, carpet, hood lining, dash, wiring. Obviously, here it's in a paint shop. We didn't do the body work, obviously. We took it to adjoining Greenfields. Did an awesome job on the body. It was, as you can see, open door respray. Every panel's off it. Stripped it down, got it painted, and then went from there. So
and then building back up, was that you and your old man as well, getting it back to the state we see it in now? Which, obviously this is once the panels have come back and back on there, and then you end up in the shed looking like this.
Yeah, so to be honest, it was pretty battered and bruised when we first got it.
Right.
And it sort of just went deeper and deeper. We weren't planning on going all out, and then the deeper we dug, we just found that, there was PVC pipe holding up the back windows, and there was shovel marks through the hood lining, and we just sort of went all out. So
yeah, right. I feel like there'd be a lot of people that resonate with that story. Buying an old car and not realising exactly how much needed to be done.
Yeah, we got pretty pissed at the previous owner, obviously. We didn't know about this, but anyway, so got that all done, and putting it back together, we just obviously cleaned everything up. There's a lot of new parts that went into it, and got it looking like this. So it's me pride and joy, and loved every bit of it. Mate, took all of a year and a bit. So
did it? Yeah, okay. So it was a pretty
it was slow
lengthy
process.
project. Yeah. So talk to us now, obviously like the black flares there, I think complement that paint job that it's like that just pops for me. But the tray, talk to us about the tray. Some of the features like the stainless steel snorkel looks mint as well.
Yeah.
Talk about some of the mods that you're running on this vehicle now.
Yeah, so talking about the flares, there was a lot of humming and hawing about what colour codes we were going to do with everything, whether just did everything silver, tray silver, whatnot. But obviously, we decided the silver trays, get the lower half of the tray looking black and the black flares. I think it suits it well. So mods, obviously, custom tray, got that from a mate, obviously back down in Mandurah. He's an alley welder, and he sets up canopies and does canopy fit outs. And
what's the length of the tray?
It's not extended chassis, so it's pretty short.
We don't know. That's fine.
I don't know exactly.
Actually, because I'm not like a fan of the shortened tray, but for this, like I don't know why, but for this it just works so well. It
is on the bit of the shorter end. But it works for me.
Yeah,
like whatever I need to fit.
With heaps and heaps of stuff, but it fits.
It
makes the car look elite.
It does. It's compact. It's nice. It's heavy, strong. It's good. I like it. Yeah. Going back to the mods. Got an aftermarket snorkel that come with sort of a radius fab top mount intercooler as well. Just the basic stuff. Sort of kept it pretty stock. Didn't want to cut too many guards, but obviously had to for the snorkel. Like I said, the tray as well, and then everything underneath. Did a full chassis respray with what's that stuff called? I've had a brain blank now.
Oh, mate, if you've had a blank, I'm not going to find it for you.
I don't know. Yeah, it's just a tough something like Raptor. Yeah, it's a different sort of thing, but resprayed the chassis. Just got everything back to what it should be, and it's working a treat.
Mate, it is working a treat, that's for sure. Have you got any mods have you got any planned mods coming up?
Yeah, look, I was thinking about what I'm going to do with the car, if I'm going to keep it or sell it. And
what was my advice?
Yeah, definitely keep it.
100%.
I don't think I can part ways with it just yet. But I do want to run a bit more power through it. Maybe a better camping setup, better than the swag. Might put a canopy on the back.
Yeah, righto.
Something like that. So, just make it a bit more practical. Obviously, now on the schedule we run, got a bit of off time in the off season as well. I want to do some trips up north and whatnot. So. Just making it a bit more livable.
Okay. We'll touch on that soon. I probably should have mentioned this more at the start about you growing up, but you came, obviously you came to the footy club. You were a really high draft pick, a lot of talent. People, can see the potential already as a youngster, but obviously this being your passion and what your old man does, but you wanted to be a diesel mechanic if football wasn't the go. Talk to us about that, and just, is there any, are you going to pursue that still whilst playing footy if there's any chance, or how are you going to balance that? Because you were pretty strong on it.
Yeah. So obviously moving through high school, always sort of knew I wasn't going to be doing the ATAR sort of pathway. So I went year 10, 11, 12, went to TAFE. So I was at school doing TAFE 2 times a week. Did a pre-apprenticeship in metal machining and fitting. And then the next year I did a Cert 2 in light, heavy and electrical rotation. So just wanted to get the feelers out, see what I wanted to do, because like you said, was pretty strong down that pathway. Now, obviously, I'm not sure how that goes with the time we have and whatnot. I'll have to start studying sometime soon on something, but it probably won't be down that pathway now, purely because it just takes so long. And I know we've heard of some stories that, you can't quite get to the stuff that you need to at TAFE. So, it'll be different, but still love that. It's something I'd love to pursue later on in life as well. So,
Mate, I reckon hopefully someone's listening to this that might be, maybe there's a way to do it.
Maybe.
You never know. You never know. All right, well, you got it. Obviously, you use it properly. A little photo here of you. A little bit of flex. I think you've got the camera on the angle there to make it look a little bit more gnarly. But
pretty steep.
Talk to us about. It looks good. Talk to us about some of your favourite spots to go, wheeling, camping. Like, are there places that you're regular? Talk to us about what this car sort of goes through.
Yeah, I wouldn't use it to its full capability. I don't want to scratch it up too much. This is at Mundaring, so I've been there a couple of times with some mates. that was sort of the first time we'd been there, and just was having a bit of fun with it, seeing what we could do. And the more regular is probably the drive on White Hills Beach down back home. So go there with mates, camping. A bit of beach work. It's done a bit of that. Up in Lancelin, in the dunes there as well. So no long hauls yet. But planning on it. So
So how old were you when you got this car?
Would have just turned 17.
Yeah, right. So you haven't had it, I suppose, for ages and ages, and your life became pretty busy, I suppose, in those couple of years too, hasn't it?
100%. Yeah, I was at school, and my hours otherwise away from footy were in the shed with Dad.
And obviously you're towing the boat in the next photo. Or it might be on the beach, I'm not sure, but that's a decent sized rig, mate, that you're pulling behind it.
Yeah. So obviously that's the boat we do the craze and that in. Go fishing with Dad, and it's the one he takes up to Coral Bay. So in the years to come, I'll be towing that up to Coral Bay one day, I reckon.
That'll be you.
But I thought I'd get a cheeky little snapshot before we went inside, and that was just before we we're gonna do the pots. So
righto. That looks unreal in there. Oh, what's that? Whose is that?
That's not mine either. That's my mate. So
everyone just gets you to tow their shit.
So somehow I found my way towing this for me mate to Lancelin. He was worried about his fuel or something. So
you weren't in your 80 series.
Oh well, mate, I'll just do anything. I like towing. So got this down the beach there. This is in Lancelin. Had a couple of mates staying up a little holiday house up there. So I think the next day or even sunset, maybe we went out and just had a cruise around, see what we were doing.
Nice.
So we're just going on a little trip with the boys and having fun as young blokes do.
Bloody oath. So have you been able to actually do much camping out of it? I know you mentioned it before, you're thinking about the canopy and putting it on, but if and when you've been camping, what's your normal setup? Are you pretty basic, just throw your stuff in the back and away you go, or is there a little bit more method to how you go camping?
Like you said, I only got the tray, so the swag goes in the back. I've got a little gas cooker as well. Got a little brass monkey fridge that I just chuck in the back. Got some King's battery packs and solar panels and whatnot. So if I need to charge up the battery or keep stuff running, use that. So use that down at Waruna Dam a couple of times on the bank there. So it goes right. It's probably not the most ideal. I said, would love to sort of advance in that aspect, but it does the trick for me. Is as long as I'm cooking and fed and then go to sleep, I'm all right. Got somewhere to sleep in.
That's probably just about the best thing you've ever heard on this podcast. That's about all we need. That's what people love. That's
keep it simple.
Keep it simple, and that's exactly what you're doing. I think, like, with your space as well, I mean, if there's, if you were to put a canopy on, are you thinking like a canvas style canopy, or is it like...
I've thought about it. It's probably more of the alley, I reckon. Just a bit more secure.
Proper,
But haven't looked into it too far yet, but it's something I'd want to do in the future,
Right. Well, let's maybe we try and get that sorted out too.
Have you got any... into a wagon?
Hey.
Turn it back into a wagon.
Have you
Reverse the chop?
Have you got any planned trips coming up? I know Coral Bay is like the thing that you do, but is there anywhere like that? We asked Jamo this same question, like where's his dream trip to go? If he had a month or two to even go and do it, or it can be any amount of time, what's on the bucket list for the big 80?
I'd say the dream one would probably be going across the Nullarbor. I'd love to go over into Vic and see what they do over there. Some great wheels over there. So I love watching the full drive on the YouTube and whatnot. So it sparks some ideas for sure. But world your oyster, I guess. We'll see what happens.
Bloody oath it is, especially with that car. Maybe he can come on our desert trip too, Jaden.
Yeah, we're going. We're coming back across the Nullarbor.
Going to the desert.
Yeah, we're going to do. This is the plan. Yeah. I mean,
Duggo's just inviting everyone. By the way, mate.
Well, mate, there's no.
Whoever comes on gets an invite.
I think it's like what's Ronnie's maximum, like 12 cars or something. We're up to like 5 or 6. But no, we're planning on doing a desert trip, but like sort of parallel to the Nullarbor, but on one of the desert highways. So it could be you, mate, if you want to come. Anyway, just out there. So if you're coming on our trip with us, I've got a few things to do to my car, especially engine-wise coming up. Have you got plans with yours? So it's a factory turbo, you were saying at the start.
Yep.
Any more plans under the hood for the 80?
Yeah, I'd love to put a bit more boost through it, make a little bit more. I know you were talking about a bit of G-turbo stuff. I might be following down the same pathway.
Yeah.
See how we go. It probably goes a bit deeper with the old engines, but
Yeah,
I would love to put a bit more power out of it.
Yeah.
Probably just a turbo, I reckon. Yeah,
Yeah, 100%. Does it sit on, like, are you cruising, because you head back home quite a bit, are you cruising on 100, 110? Like, are you sitting there, no worries, or is it struggle a bit?
No, it sits there fine.
Fine.
It revs out a bit.
Yeah.
Probably about 2.8, even with the bigger wheels. So
Yeah, right.
I look to do the 2 and 5 gear upgrade in the gearbox. But it was the 93 that come out with the gearbox that could do that. So I was a year too old.
Yeah,
missed
okay.
out on that. But other than that, it sits on it fine.
Yeah. And is this Bo Allen's dream car, or like it? I know it's you dream at the time, and I think it's almost my dream car. I love the thing, but is it what you see yourself being in 5-10 years time, or is there something that really sticks out to you that you'd love to see yourself in?
It is my dream car,
Yeah.
but it gets to a point, I reckon, where you prioritise the comfort and the technology over what I want now.
Yeah.
I reckon my dream car would be a 200 series. Just
Yeah, right.
obviously, Dad's got one.
Yeah.
It's comfy.
Yeah.
Powerful as well. Can tow well. But for now, I love the retro 80 as well.
Yeah.
And I will for a while.
Yeah, mate. I advise you to hold on to that as
Yeah.
long as you can. I reckon it's awesome.
Well, I'll look at yours, mate, and think the same thing. So.
Who's don't say mine. Whose car do you like at the footy club? We've got a heap of boys that love their four-wheel driving. Who stands out the most to you? Apart from, don't say mine, because you'd be pissing me.
Well, your trio's good with bakes and fridge.
The 70 trio.
The 70, yeah. And then Jamos as well.
Yeah.
I like Jamos.
Yeah, Jamos is good. Like, it's similar to Jaden's, obviously, you just saw that out the front, but it's like, it's simple, but it does everything he needs it to do. And he explained it really well, like what he's, kitted it out for. But he's got a pretty good bus there, I reckon.
Yeah, I like the way he goes about it. He's always talking about the skis and towing them, and he goes on some nice stuff as well. So
100%.
I like that.
But the trio of 70s, if I can get if Fridge and Bakes beat me to training, this is two of our other teammates as well. They've both got facelift 79s like mine. If I can always squeeze in the third park next to them, it's get 3 79s lined up together.
I reckon I pulled in behind you the other day. There was all three of yous.
There was. We had a family of cruisers.
Yeah, it was. It was nice.
We've actually got a few there.
We do.
And then and then we've got a 300 out. There's a couple of 300s around too.
Is
actually,
there?
down in the club. What are your thoughts? What are your thoughts on because you know a little bit more about the engines and the details around them. Like, what are your thoughts on the? I know you said you're a fan of the 200, but these really modern, not so much mine, the 70 series, but these new modern diesels coming out, even the dual cab utes and stuff. Like, what are your thoughts on them?
I don't know. Under the bonnet, they're getting smaller and smaller, I reckon.
Yeah.
It's just, I reckon they're ready to pop, but don't know. They're coming out with good warranties and whatnot, so can't really speak too much on them. I haven't really tried them, but I'm a big fan of the literage, so as long as you've got a big motor, you'll be right.
Yeah, I think that's why, like a lot of people, that's one thing we've spoken about is your fuel efficiency and economy, but two, the warranties that some of these cars are coming out with now. Like, my mate just bought a Triton. He didn't need it for, like, he's just like, I just need a ute to throw some tools in and stuff like that. But he's like, I want something that if I want to go camping or hit the dunes, I still can. And he bought a Triton. It's a 10-year warranty.
Yeah, it's insane. You don't get that anywhere else, really.
It's like, what? That's crazy. So no wonder, like, they're still becoming more popular.
Yeah,
but it's interesting that you say about underneath, because the way that they're competing isn't so much now just the engine that it's running, or
it's, everything else.
It's these sort of things completely not even to do with the car that they're offering. So it's interesting. So the 80 series is staying. I like that idea. Get a canopy on it. I think that would probably make it even a nicer vehicle. Would you keep it compact? Or would you chassis?
No. Keep it as it is. I reckon one that you can take on and off, so you can use the tray if I need.
Jack off canopy.
He wants a jack off.
Oh, you want a jack off?
Something like that.
Don't we all?
Oh, that would be nice.
Don't we all want a jack off?
You going to go for a jack off canopy, Duggo?
Hey,
you going to go for a jack off?
Oh, maybe just after this. I don't know. Canopy, I mean. No, let's get Bo out of here. He's got an appointment. I don't want to hold him up talking about jack offs. Mate.
Well, I've just got one. Engine swap.
Mate. Sorry?
You thinking of an engine swap at any point?
No, I don't reckon. No, I love the engine that's in it. Stay with that, I reckon.
I've never driven your car.
If you get an FTE, I'll do that, but pretty scarce to come by, I reckon.
Yeah, that's our favourite on here.
Good,
and they cost that much.
Yeah.
We've been looking at them. Your old man had the 100 series.
Yeah, he had the FTE.
That was your little tour, wasn't it, back in the day?
Yeah, and then we're not mates anymore. Actually, after he sold that, not to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I wouldn't be either. But,
What's your suspension are you running?
I just have West Coast suspension, pretty stock, 2-inch. I've got some coil spacers tucked under there as well, but they're pretty deteriorated now. So might be looking to go a bit higher, but we'll see how we go.
Look out. How much higher?
I'm not sure. Whatever's allowed.
Couple
That's
inches is all you
Yeah,
need.
whatever's allowed.
Yeah.
Good call. That had one more question that almost sprung to mind for me, but I can't remember it now.
That's right.
That's
what's
right.
what's the best trip you've ever done, mate?
Actually.
Yeah, look, haven't had it for that long. Haven't really had the chance, but it's probably just camping with the boys, whether it's Roona or Lancelin as well. Wherever I can get it on the dunes was good.
I remember my thing I had
Yeah.
for you. So on this show, Tough Dog, obviously a great sponsor of ours. Tough Dog tip of the week is something that we usually ask Ronnie because he's an expert on everything. He just knows everything.
Yep.
And I don't.
Pump his tyres
So,
up a bit more, mate.
Tough Dog tip of the week this week. Now, I'm going to throw this to you, and you do not have to answer this straight away because we can just give you all the think time you
me on the
need
spot,
and just cut it. No, it's going to be easy for you. We need a tip of the week. Maintaining an old vehicle, what is the number one thing that, in terms of maintenance, you need to keep up with? You don't have to answer straight away. It's okay. We've got time.
I reckon old vehicles, you just got to use them.
Just keep them running.
You just keep them using them. I reckon if you let them sit for too long, shit goes wrong.
That's a Tough Dog tip of the week, mate.
Yeah,
That's all you need.
You just got to use them.
Keep using them. Don't let anything dry up.
Nah.
Just keep it all
Keep 'em
lubed
wet.
up, ready to
Yep.
go. Just say keep them wet.
Keep them wet, yeah.
I
Lubed
like
up,
it.
wet,
That's,
same thing.
yeah, that's
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
Mate, that is good. But it's getting a little bit more weird in here after these jack off canopies and keeping
Mate,
things.
it's fine. Bo just wants to jack off. You want to jack off. It's all good.
Yeah, everything's wet. Anyway, no, mate, we'll leave you to it. Appreciate you coming on. You jumped at the opportunity. I'm sorry my interview skills aren't great, but your answers were unreal. We need to get out with you. We need to take ourselves out bush because we haven't been there in so long. But love to get some photos of the 80 series up in the trees or something like that. And
Up in the trees, mate.
not like up there, but up amongst the trees. But mate, appreciate you coming in.
Thank you.
Go well this weekend, whoever we might be playing when this is released.
Yep.
But yeah, loved it, mate, and look forward to seeing the 80 series on the road.
Thanks, Doug. Appreciate
Cheers,
it.
mate. Thanks, Doug. Thanks, bud.
Doug.